The movie begins by showing Yusuke Urameshi, a student, confused as medical staff lift his body. His friend Keiko arrives, crying. Yusuke tries to call Keiko, but she doesn't see him. Yusuke realizes he's dead and must wait for the Grim Reaper to come. What happened to Yusuke? For hours earlier, Yusuke was at school like usual. He saved his student, Kirino, from bullies. A teacher arrived and mistook Yusuke for the bully. Yusuke was often labeled as a troublemaker because of his look and attitude, so teachers often scolded him, even when he did nothing wrong. Annoyed, Yusuke skipped school and went home. At home, his mom was watching an interview with Sakyu, a businessman. Later, Yusuke ran into a gang led by Kuwabara. Kuwabara wanted revenge for losing to Yusuke. Yusuke defeated Kuwabara again, even alone. This shows Yusuke's strong martial arts skills. The scene shifts to an insect coming out of the big hole. The insect flies into a driver's nose who is stuck in traffic. The driver soon acts very strangely, as if controlled by an evil force. He then drives his truck recklessly, crashing into everything in front of him. The truck speeds through a crowded marketplace. People run in fear to avoid the truck. When the truck nearly hits a child, Yusuke runs to save the child, sacrificing himself. That's how Yusuke was injured and ultimately died. In the past, the human world and the demon world were connected. Humans who entered the demon world were attacked by yokai, while yokai entering the human world preyed on humans. Later, the spirit world created a barrier to separate the two worlds. This explains why the large hole in the city acts as a boundary between the human and demon worlds. Soon after, Yusuke's spirit is met by Baten, a guy from the spirit world. Baten explains that the spirit world didn't expect Yusuke's death, as they didn't think someone like him would die saving a child. Baten then takes Yusuke to meet their leader, Koma. Koma offers Yusuke a job as a spirit detective in exchange for bringing him back to life. Yusuke's job would involve solving various yokai cases in the human world. One of the latest cases involves a yokai insect named Makoichu. Hearing this, Yusuke immediately refuses Koma's offer. Yusuke doesn't like being ordered around. Besides, he believes his death might actually be a relief to many. The scene then shifts to Sakyu meeting with a man named Tarakane. Sakyu, who runs a casino, helps Tarakane win, as Sakyu had bought the large hole from Tarakane. On the day of his funeral, Yusuke sees bullies bothering Kirino again. But this time, Yusuke can't do anything. He also sees Kuwabara and his gang complaining because Yusuke died before Kuwabara could get revenge. Along with them is Masaru, the child Yusuke saved. Masaru wishes he could thank Yusuke in person. However, at night, the bullies continue to torment Kirino relentlessly. The gang leader even plans to set Kirino on fire. Suddenly, Kirino is possessed by Makoichu. Kirino then goes on a rampage, attacking the bullies. Kuwabara and his gang hear Kirino's screams and rush to the scene. In the chaos, Kirino knocks over a motorcycle, spilling its fuel onto a lit match. When Kuwabara and his friends arrive, the motorcycle explodes, starting a massive fire. Meanwhile, Yusuke tells Baten he wants to be revived. He can't stand seeing Keiko and his mother cry. Baten excitedly informs Konma. Konma says Yusuke's revival is possible, but the situation is very dangerous. The fire caused by Kirino is now approaching Yusuke's home. At that moment, Yusuke's mother is being rescued by people trying to hold her back as she insists Yusuke is still alive and tries to re-enter the house. Seeing this, Keiko bravely breaks in to save Yusuke's body. Yusuke's spirit finds Keiko unconscious, holding his body. As the roof is about to fall on Keiko, Yusuke's spirit instinctively holds it up. It's unclear where this power comes from, but Yusuke is willing to follow Konma's orders if it means he can come back to life and save Keiko. At that moment, Yusuke comes back to life and pulls Keiko out of the rubble. After saving Keiko, Yusuke faces a new challenge, defeating the Makoichu Yokai that possesses Kirino. At the scene, Kuwabara and his group are struggling to calm Kirino, who is in a frenzy. Yusuke quickly arrives to assist Kuwabara. Yusuke asks Konma for instructions on how to cure Kirino. Konma explains that the only solution is using Rei Ryoku, a blue spirit energy Yusuke used before to save Keiko. However, Yusuke struggles because he hasn't mastered how to activate Rei Ryoku, which previously appeared spontaneously. Now, with only basic martial arts skills, Yusuke must try to save Kirino, whose condition is worsening. Kirino's body is slowly taken over by Makoichu, causing his face and hands to become frightening. If not dealt with soon, Kirino could turn into a yokai. As a result, Kirino becomes stronger and harder to control. He attacks Yusuke relentlessly, causing Yusuke multiple injuries. Despite his severe injuries, Yusuke doesn't give up and continues to fight to complete his mission. Kirino then knocks over a gas canister, which explodes and throws them both back. Yusuke struggles to get up and restrain Kirino while trying to bring him back to his senses. With his remaining consciousness, Kirino begs Yusuke to save him. Kirino's plea triggers the Rei Ryoku within Yusuke. With one punch, Yusuke expels Makoichu from Kirino's body and destroys it. The scene shifts to demons attacking and killing many humans. Among them are 3 demon thieves, Goki, Kurama, and Hae. These demons are after 3 sacred items guarded in the spirit world. The items are the soul-sucking orb, the wish-granting mirror, and a special dagger. This is Yusuke's second task as a spirit detective. However, he has not fully mastered the Raigen power. Due to this, Konma and Baten doubt Yusuke's ability to defeat the 3 demons. Soon, they receive news that Goki has started absorbing the souls of children. Confidently, Yusuke is not afraid to face Goki even though he hasn't mastered Raiden. He is eager to find Goki. After searching the area, Yusuke finally finds Goki at a junkyard. There, the fierce battle between Yusuke and Goki begins. Goki, being a very strong demon, easily overpowers Yusuke, who lacks spirit power. Nevertheless, Yusuke uses his martial arts skills to dodge Goki's attacks. Despite this, Goki's power is very difficult to overcome. When Yusuke is nearly killed, Masaru suddenly appears and throws his ball at Goki. Goki is pleased to see Masaru as he wants to absorb the souls of children. Goki quickly absorbs Masaru's soul and prepares to devour him. Yusuke won't allow this to happen. His Raiden power activates unexpectedly, and he manages to defeat Goki and save the children's souls. The story shifts to Tarukane's residence. There, Tarukane holds a woman whose tears can turn into Hirui stones. The stones are then given to his subordinates to sell at a high price. After Tarukane leaves, one of his guards tends to the woman's wounds and promises to try to free her. Meanwhile, Kuwabara follows Yusuke because he can see Baten, while his friends cannot. Yusuke then sees Kurama in the market buying a flower. Kurama takes the flower to a hospital. It turns out that Kurama is visiting his mother, who is very ill. Although from the demon world, Kurama was once injured and hid in a woman's womb. Originally, he planned to leave after healing, but he felt a deep connection to the woman. Kurama explains that he plans to use the stolen mirror to heal his mother and promises to return it afterward. Kuwabara, who is following Yusuke, hears the entire conversation. Kurama's story touches Yusuke, but when he learns that the mirror will take the soul of the requester, he rushes to stop Kurama. At the hospital, Kuwabara tries to hold Yusuke back, worried that Yusuke will be affected by the mirror. But Yusuke doesn't care and goes into the mirror to save Kurama. Kurama, who deeply loves his mother, says he doesn't mind if his soul is taken, but Yusuke believes his mother wouldn't be happy knowing her son sacrificed himself for her. In the end, Yusuke asks the mirror to take half of his soul so both he and Kurama can be saved. Thanks to this request, Kurama's mother is healed, and both Kurama and Yusuke survive. Kuwabara feels proud of Yusuke's decision. Unknowingly, this makes them, who were once rivals, become closer. Meanwhile, Haie, one of the remaining demon thieves, is searching for the Hirui stones that Tarukane's followers are selling. Using his abilities, he successfully finds and takes the stones from Tarukane's subordinates. Tarukane, furious upon discovering the stones are missing, becomes very angry. He quickly contacts Sakyo and plans to cancel their deal for the large haul. Sakyo asks Tarukane not to make hasty decisions. He invites Tarukane to his home and promises to provide the Hirui stones and protect him from the demons. At the same time, Sakyo assigns a new task to a demon named Toguro. This shows that both Sakyo and Tarakani seem to know about demons and are using them for their personal gain. This concludes episodes 1 and 2 of the film.